Hello everyone, welcome to this tutorial on the PySpark SQL when function. In this video, we'll explore how to implement conditional logic easily within your data frame, similar to an if-else statement. The when function allows you to evaluate conditions and return different values based on the outcome, making it a powerful tool for categorizing data, handling missing values, and applying custom logic. Whether you're working with sales data, age groups, or any other data set, the when function simplifies decision making in your data transformations. Let's dive in. Introduction to the when function. The when function in PySpark allows you to implement conditional logic within your data frame, making it similar to an if-else statement in traditional programming. This function evaluates a given condition and returns a specific value when the condition is true. If the condition is false, it can return an alternative value. This makes the when function particularly useful when you need to create new columns based on the values of existing columns, or when you want to apply conditional logic to individual rows of data. For example, you might use the when function to assign labels or categories to data based on certain criteria, such as grouping age ranges or identifying specific product types. It's also helpful for handling cases where different rows require a different treatment, such as setting a default value when a condition is not met. By combining the when function with PySpark's powerful data frame operations, you can perform complex conditional transformations with ease, ensuring that your data is processed dynamically and in a structured manner. This function is key to building flexible and efficient data pipelines, enabling you to automate decision-making processes within your data transformations. Basic syntax. The when function in PySpark is a versatile tool that allows you to apply conditional logic within your data frame, similar to the way an if-else statement works in traditional programming. The basic syntax involves using when to specify a condition followed by a true value that should be returned if the condition is met. If the condition is false, the otherwise method is used to define what value should be returned in those cases. This logic can be applied to columns in a data frame using the select method. For example, the syntax dataframe.select when condition true underscore value dot otherwise false underscore value dot alias new underscore column shows how you can create a new column based on the evaluation of a condition. The condition parameter is a logical statement that checks if a certain condition is true. If the condition is true for a given row, the true underscore value is assigned to that row in the new column. If the condition is false, the false underscore value is assigned instead. Why use when function? The when function is a crucial tool for data transformation tasks that require conditional logic, making it highly valuable for various operations in PySpark. It allows you to apply conditions to your data frame and return different results based on whether those conditions are met. This flexibility is particularly useful when you need to categorize values, handle missing data, or apply customized logic to create new columns based on existing ones. For example, if you need to group values into categories such as assigning age ranges, income brackets, or product types, the when function makes it easy to apply this logic across rows. You can specify different outputs for different conditions, ensuring that each row is handled appropriately. It's also useful for dealing with missing data, where you can use the when function to fill in default values or make decisions based on whether a value is null or meets other criteria. Practical examples. 1. Applying simple conditional logic. In this example, we are using the when function in PySpark to apply conditional logic to a data frame, categorizing sales values as either high or low based on a specific condition. The data frame DF contains two columns, product underscore name and sales. Our goal is to create a new column called sales underscore category that classifies products based on their sales figures. We use the when function to evaluate whether the sales value for each product is greater than 300. The condition df.sales 300 is used to check if the sales figure exceeds 300. If this condition is true, the value high is returned for the sales underscore category column. If the condition is false, meaning the sales value is 300 or lower, the otherwise method returns the value low. The select method is used to include the original product underscore name and sales columns along with the newly created sales underscore category column, which is assigned using the alias function. When we display the results using the show method, we can see that product A and product C, which have sales of 500 and 700 respectively, are classified as high, while product B with sales of 200 is categorized as low. This example demonstrates how the when function allows you to apply flexible and dynamic logic to your data, creating new columns based on conditional rules. It is particularly useful for classifying or categorizing data in a meaningful way, enabling more efficient analysis and processing of your dataset. 2. Using multiple conditions. In this example, we are using the when function in PySpark to apply multiple conditions to a data frame, allowing for more detailed classification of sales values into high, medium, and low categories. The data frame DF contains two columns product underscore name and sales, and our goal is to create a new column sales underscore category that assigns products to one of these three categories based on their sales figures. First, we use the when function to evaluate if the sales value is greater than 600. If this condition is true, the sales underscore category column will be assigned the value high. Next, we apply a second condition using another when clause, which checks if the sales value is greater than 300 but less than or equal to 600. If this condition is met, the sales underscore category is assigned the value medium finally. If neither of these conditions is satisfied, i.e., the sales value is 300 or lower, the otherwise method assigns the value row. By chaining multiple when clauses, we can apply more complex logic and categorize the data into several distinct groups. The select method is used to include the original product underscore name and sales columns along with the new sales underscore category column, which is renamed using the alias function. When the result is displayed using the show method, we can see that product C with sales of 700 is categorized as high, product A with sales of 500 is categorized as medium, and product B with sales of 200 is categorized as low. This example highlights the flexibility of the when function in handling multiple conditions, allowing you to apply layered logic to your data. It is particularly useful when you need to create custom classifications or groups based on varying criteria, making it a powerful tool for data analysis and transformation. 3. Using when for conditional column creation. In this example, we are using the when function in PySpark to categorize individuals into age groups based on their age. The data frame def underscore age contains two columns, name and age, with the ages of individuals such as John 25, Jane 17, and Tom 30. Our goal is to create a new column called age underscore group that assigns people to either the adult or minor category based on their age. We apply the when function to the age column, setting the condition that if a person's age is 18 or older, df underscore age dot age 18, the age underscore group column will assign them to the adult category. If the condition is false, meaning the person is younger than 18, the otherwise method assigns them to the minor category. This allows us to automatically classify each individual into the appropriate age group based on the condition we've set. The select method is used to display the original name and age columns along with the new age underscore group column, which is renamed using the alias function. When the results are shown using the show method, we see that John, who is 25, is classified as adult Jane, who is 17 is categorized as minor, and Tom, who is 30, is also classified as adult. This example demonstrates how the when function can be used to implement conditional logic in PySpark, allowing you to create new columns dynamically based on existing data. It's particularly useful for tasks like categorizing individuals or data points based on specific conditions, providing a simple and efficient way to add custom classifications to your data frame. 4. Combining when with other functions. In this example, we are using the when function in PySpark combined with other functions such as call and let to handle both null values and conditional logic for sales data. The data frame df underscore with unders contains two columns product underscore name and sales, where one of the rows for product B has a null value in the sales column. Our goal is to create a new column called sales underscore status that categorizes the sales data as unknown if the sales value is null, valid if the sales value is greater than 100, and invalid otherwise. We begin by using the call function to reference the sales column and the isNull function to check if a value is null. If the value is null, the when function assigns the value unknown to the sales underscore status column. For non-null values, we then check if the sales amount is greater than 100 using another when condition. If this condition is met, the sales are categorized as valid. If neither of these conditions is satisfied, i.e., the sales value is less than or equal to 100, the otherwise method assigns the invalid status. We also use the lit function to handle the literal string unknown for the null values, ensuring that the null check is properly integrated into the logic. The select method is used to display the original product underscore name column alongside the new sales underscore status column, which is renamed using alias. When the result is displayed using the show method, we see that product A with sales of 500 is categorized as valid, product B, which has a null sales value, is categorized as unknown, and product C with sales of 700 is also categorized as valid. This example illustrates how you can combine the when function with other PySpark functions like call and lit to handle more complex conditional logic, including the treatment of null values. This approach is particularly useful for dealing with real-world datasets that may contain missing or incomplete data while ensuring that conditional transformations are applied accurately. 5. Using when for conditional updates. In this example, we are using the when function in PySpark to update the sales underscore status of products conditionally based on their sales values. The data frame df contains two columns, product underscore name and sales. Our goal is to create a new column called sales underscore status that categorizes the products based on their sales performance. The when function is used to implement this logic. We set the condition that if the sales value for a product is less than 300, the sales underscore status column will be assigned the value needs improvement. This categorization highlights products with lower sales that may need attention or improvement. If the sales value is 300 or greater, the otherwise method assigns the status good, indicating that the product sales are satisfactory. We use the select method to include the original product underscore name and sales columns along with the newly created sales underscore status column. The alias function is used to rename the column for clarity. When we display the result using the show method, we can see that products with sales below 300 are categorized as needs improvement, while those with higher sales are categorized as good. This example demonstrates how the when function allows you to apply conditional logic to your data frame and create new columns dynamically based on specific criteria. This functionality is particularly useful for data analysis and reporting, where products or other data points need to be evaluated and categorized based on performance metrics or thresholds. By using when, you can easily classify and update data based on custom conditions, making your data processing more efficient and meaningful. That's it for today's tutorial on the PySpark when function. As you've seen, this function provides a simple and effective way to add conditional logic to your data processing workflows. Whether you need to categorize data or handle complex conditions, the when function makes it easy to transform your data frame dynamically. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more PySpark tips and tutorials. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.